Boy, there's a whole lot of ruckus going on here, I'll tell you.
Unbelievable.
This wild bunch at Main Street Credit Union are making all kinds of noise over here. Main Street Credit Union, one of the community partners here today. And Santa Claus just went by with Tinny, and 'tis the season. And Connor Burke back joining me. Thanks,
Hello,
buddy.
nice
Good
to
see you,
sir.
Well, I've been seeing you in passing a bunch of times, and
Absolutely.
I was like, oh, we got to get him back here. And I apologize, I was off for a couple of games. I was out of service, man, I'll tell you.
Down with the sickness.
Oh, it was terrible. But good to be back here. I have been watching from home, and we'll get to that in just a second. I do want to share something that, well, I typically try to be unique, right? And I thought I had the sweater, but apparently this guy here has the same sweater as me. And
That's awesome.
Right? And he's like, oh, you must have shopped at Giant Tiger. I'm like, yeah, like 8 years ago. And he's like, yeah, me too. So I'm like, so there's another guy walking around with the same, I lost it. There we go. Same thing. So there you go.
It was a nice choice. I like it.
Right? And Merry Christmas, everybody. It's the season for getting ready for the special time of year. And you can feel it in the House of the Sting right now, although it's been a rough season for the Sting, Connor.
It's been a long run. It's all right though.
Yeah.
You got to support it whenever they're ups and they're downs.
Yeah.
But it's definitely been a struggle.
What do you think it is, Connor?
I think they may seem to make a lot of passes that don't seem to be going anywhere or don't have an address on it. They're just off into the wild. But I think other than that, like last night they had a rough game, but 46 shots on net is hard to be mad about that. Like,
right. And they
threw
came back, it was 5-4.
everything but the
final,
kitchen sink, yeah. That's hard to be mad about a 1-goal loss, especially being down 5-1.
Yeah. So is it, we keep hearing, like Jay Peckham and I and Lee Baisley and others, we keep hearing this, well, they're a young team. But then you hear Cooper Way and the other captains saying, yeah, but we can't continue to use that as an excuse. So what do they need to fill in that gap there, do you think?
I think with time comes the experience. So eventually they're going to learn. Like, you don't have to move too much around. I wouldn't play with the roster. I think once these guys start gelling, they're going to be a great bunch of kids.
Yeah. Are we getting drawn out by are the other teams drawing us out of where we want to be in position, or are they
so.
saying, oh, come over here, and then we go for it?
With the inexperience, I think so for sure. Like, some guys get goaded into penalties or fights pretty early, but it shows that they care and they're sticking up for their teammates all the time. So
yeah, we've seen some more of the aggression come out in the Sarnia Sting compared to what we haven't seen in the past. I think maybe we saw that start to happen in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, definitely.
And that really helped, and especially when we knew we were going to be coming up a team like London, which, boy, we really thought we had that figured out when they lost their goalie, and whoops, it went the other way, right?
Yeah, they made a nice trade.
Right. So here we are now. I want to ask you, because I haven't really since they traded off Benny Gaudreau. I mean, we've got some great goaltenders in there. There's another one that's come on the line as well, so there's some more depth there with the goalies. But are you missing Benny Gaudreau?
I think so for sure. I think everyone here is like the chants, the enthusiasm. He was a great guy walking around the rink too. Like, brought a good culture. But I know it was time to say goodbye, I guess, and it's always tough. But we've got a good set here. Yeah,
I think so too. And Nick Trzicka and Carson Chartier. Carson Chartier has really had a lot more opportunities this season to show off his skills. I think when he's been between the pipes, he's really come up and performed well.
Yeah, I think he was amazing. It sucks to see how he went down like that. Hopefully he's all right. And he stood on his head every time he's had to come in.
Oshawa Generals here in the House of the Sting here tonight, and of course it's Ugly Sweater Day, but it doesn't seem to matter where Sarnia Sting sits. Like, if we play a good team, we seem to play better, and then we're still struggling against the weaker teams as well. But what do you think's going to come out here with the Oshawa Generals? I
think this is an exciting game. They also have had their struggles. They're not at the top of the pack either, so I think this is going to be competitive. And hopefully they got their rest. They must have been pretty late getting back from Owen Sound last night.
Yeah, I would think so. Right. And who knows how much of a practice that allowed for, too. Sometimes that's just watching video on the bus on the way home to kind of prepare yourself mentally. And speaking of mentally, what about the mindset of this team? Are they in positive mode, or do they need to turn that up a notch?
I think they seem to be. They seem to be. They get along well. I hope there's not any turmoil in the locker room yet, but
I don't think so.
I'm sure Letang has conveyed to them that this is going to be a rebuilding season, and I'm sure they're on board with it. He's built a great culture.
Yes, agreed. And kudos to Coach Letang, who is off now. He'll be heading to the Worlds, right?
The best
and we're
of the luck
excited
there.
for him. Yeah. Well, I mean, what a resume of this coach that we have the privilege of having here with the Sarnia Sting. He's really added a lot of new philosophy, positive culture, like you said. And I think the players really respect him as a coach as well.
Absolutely, especially having played for the team and being a lifelong. And like you said, Sarnia is a hockey city, and I think everybody's behind him on that.
Yeah, 100%. All right, well, we're going to see what happens. Come out there. And Connor, are you going to come back and join me for the rest of the intermissions?
I can absolutely do that.
I know he was going to say that. He was missing it. Jay Peckham came up and checked in. He was like, well, if you need me. And I'm like, oh, we're good. No, anyway, he's taking a rest. He's trying to recover from a few things, too, still. So
well deserved.
He's taking the day off for that. And we'll be back here at the end of the first period. And, of course, the second period. There will not be a post-game press conference today, simply due to the fact that it's the ugly jersey auction. Mm-hmm. Do you have your eye on a jersry that you're going to auction? Or
I haven't
bid
even
on?
seen them yet. Have you seen them?
Yeah, they're pretty wicked.
Okay, so you got a sneak peek. You're
going to want to reach into your wallet. You're going to want
I'm
one of those
excited
for
to
sure.
see them.
And the players will be out there being auctioned off as well. So that's why there'll be no post game. And, it's Sunday. I can get home and go have some hot chocolate. I might find some hot chocolate here. But for now, thanks so much, everybody, for watching. And glad to have my friend Connor Burke back here. We'll see you at the end of the first period. Hopefully closer to a W for this hard-working Sarnia Sting. As always, live from the concourse, I'm David Burrows. And this is my friend Connor Burke on 3. 1, 2, 3. Go Sting, go!